Yo, this is Burnard, aka the Scarlet Spider. I cannot believe I'm still doing this nickname shit.
And this is Samir, the King in Black.
And we are back for the brand new year. Welcome back and welcome all newcomers to the Angry Blerds podcast.
Yeah, 2023, y'all. Bum, 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 bum.
You know, I could just add the air horn sound effect. You ain't got to do that. Why you always got to try to be extra?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You want me to add air horns? I can add air horns.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's going to be done in post.
I don't know what you're talking about.
How was your holiday break, man?
Uneventful. Me and the wife had a good time. Get this bit of this thing here.
Yeah, you should have did that before.
Me and the wife had a good time. We went out with some friends on New Year's. Had the ball drop at a house party. Very nice, wholesome family fun. And then I got drug out all through the night because she had to go dance, and I needed to be a good husband and take her dancing. And that's what we did.
Think of it this way. It's better for you to dance with her than some random person.
Yeah, I was. Oh,
then they be on some...
She was all night. She was like, "Oh yeah, no Latinos, we party all night. I'm gonna go all till 6. I get this lady home at 3:30.
Cap
passed out.
Was she drinking?
She drank a little bit, but she was gone. She hit the pillow out, gone.
Okay. Next time, don't let me hit a pillow, then I'll stay up.
My New Year's was uneventful. I decided to stay home. I just didn't feel like doing anything.
That's what I wanted to do.
Well, I had also put together my new dresser. You know, I was being an adult. So, I bought a new dresser. I put that bad boy together. And now I got to buy a new TV stand and put that bad boy together. Although, honestly, I might just pay to get that assembled. Man, it took me like 2 hours to put that dresser together by myself. It said an hour and a half with 2 people. So, I mean, an extra half hour ain't bad, right?
How long it took you?
I said 2 hours.
That's not so bad.
Yeah.
I think it took me like 2 hours to put together my last cat tree. That was the new one I bought over the Christmas holiday.
Motherfucker buying cat trees.
Well, yeah. What else would I buy for my cats? Cat tree. I like this cat tree. It's my best cat tree yet. It's double size. It's 8 feet tall. It's dope. Cats love it.
Yeah. Because Samir doesn't celebrate Christmas, I decided to treat myself to new items. So, like I already said, I bought myself a new dresser. I'm just trying to get I'm trying to be an adult and have everything match the aesthetic of my room. Like I have a great bed frame, so I went and bought a great dresser. So now I got to go get a great TV stand. I also bought myself a new iPad Pro, and I finally bought myself a new camera. I'm grabbing the box. So I got the Nikon Z6 II. This bad boy was very expensive, and I also had to get an adapter because I didn't buy any lenses yet. So I'm using the lenses, my old F-mount lenses for this camera. So if you're in the South Florida area, you can hit me up to photograph your events. On Instagram, it's b.read.photos. All right? Or just go to Bernard Reed Photography on Facebook. Shoot me a DM. Let me know what you want to get done, and we can work out some prices.
Support Black businesses.
Exactly. That's the name of the episode, God damn it. And you know how else you can support us? By rating, reviewing, subscribing, commenting, liking, sharing, reposting, all that. Give us a follow. You know, we actually talk back. It's mainly me, but we talk back.
All right. Housekeeping. We got to talk about a couple things that went over while we were gone, I think. What happened?
I mean, nothing much, really. I mean, it was slow news week.
Some stuff happened.
A lot of stuff unraveled at DC with The Rock and everything. So that situation was messy. Did we really want to get into that? Because we talked about DC.
We already touched on it, so.
Well, no, because remember the other stuff came out.
Oh, yeah, a couple other things did come out.
Yeah. Vince McMahon is back at the WWE. On the board of directors, they're also
crazy.
Talking about selling the company.
Also crazy.
Yeah, I saw that today. I'm like, what? No, because who's gonna buy it? It's probably gonna try to sell it to like some Saudi prince because they do tours over there now. They got the Crown Jewel pay-per-view.
They've been doing tours over there for a while.
Well, no, not necessarily. They used to back in like the 80s and 90s, and they stopped for a long time. Like Crown Jewel is something that's only been around for maybe like 4 years now. So like that's the pay-per-view that they do in Saudi Arabia. Not that many women matches because
Oh yeah.
There.
I mean, what's the point if that's the case?
I mean, bro, wrestling is still wrestling. But yeah, I get it, but still sucks. All right. So, I mean, do we want to talk about The Rock and everything that happened with...
There was more that happened, but I can't remember. I knew there was a couple other things I wanted to house clean about, but if I can't, they didn't come to mind. I'll pull my lid if they come to mind.
I mean, I got it. I mean, basically, they said that he did very little promotion for Black Adam and DC League of Super Pets. He wanted to have a Terramana tequila stand at the screens. And he also pitched a multi-year plan for Black Adam and Superman. It's like, so just like everybody else.
It's just so goddamn disrespectful. It's like having Batman in Metropolis fighting Toyman or Atomo or Metallo, like other Superman villains. Like that's not his rogue gallery. All right?
Yeah.
He's a magical powerhouse. Let him fight other magical powerhouse. I'd rather him fight Constantine or Zatanna. But Shazam's right there. He's still
we talked about that.
I know. It's just so goddamn disrespectful. It's like, no, you don't get it, man. Like, stop. He just don't care about the character. He just want his own little freaking Empire franchise.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, we talked about this before we went on break, and I was listening to another podcast. Shout out to Van Lathan and the guys at the Ringerverse. They basically said the same thing that we said. The Rock doesn't necessarily have a franchise. Really, the only franchise he has is Jumanji, and even then, that's a continuation of a property from
it's a reboot,
almost 30 years ago. So it's a soft reboot. But yeah, so that's really his only franchise.
And that's okay. A lot of actors don't have franchises. They have wildly successful careers. Chill out, man.
I mean, who besides Jason Momoa? That's all I got.
That don't have a franchise that's wildly successful?
Yeah.
Did
she just say Shaq?
Yeah, what'd you say? Oh, why? No. That does not need a sequel. I can't think of it at the moment.
You didn't help. That was more hurtful than helpful.
Yeah.
I'm glad I never saw that movie.
You need to see that movie.
Why would I watch Kazam?
I don't know, but it's like,
bro, I didn't
not watch it.
Simple. I didn't watch a single movie with Shaq in it. I was just actually talking to Loco about this as we were playing Shaq Fu.
Yeah, okay. Housekeeping. Yeah, this happened while we were gone. So AMD's new graphics cards, the 7900 XT and the 7900 XTX, they've been experiencing overheating. This is the first party cards, not the partner cards that are made by other companies. The AMD first party cards, they're experiencing severe overheating to the point where they actually had to issue a callback. So AMD's taking L's left and right. So that happened recently. And they have yet to, they've been offering refunds and stuff like that, but that's about it. They haven't had any countermeasures or any way to fix it yet.
Okay. I mean, thank goodness you got in the video, right?
Yes, I got at 4080.
Yeah.
All right, you want to hear our next story? First story?
I mean, this is all housekeeping. I mean, I'm going to just go...
You have any housekeeping?
I'm going to just go over a few small things. Noah Shop came out the closet a couple days ago. Congratulations to him.
That happened this week, though. That's not housekeeping. That happened this week.
I mean, I know, but it's a small thing. I mean, what else can we say besides congratulations?
All right, in that case, we can wish Hayao Miyazaki a happy birthday. He is turning...
Who the hell is that?
Bitch? What? Who? Are you serious?
Don't do that, because I don't do that shit to you when it comes to comic book writers and creators.
But it's like saying, who's Stan Lee?
And you would be surprised how many people did not know who the hell Stan Lee was.
I don't think anyone knows. No, everyone knows. And I'm surprised you don't know.
Nope.
Okay,
Until cameos, like the general public did not know who Stan Lee was. They just knew him as that old guy who was in all 3 Spider-Man movies and the Amazing Spider-Man. And then when he joined the MCU, he had to break it down like, oh yeah, this is the guy who basically created the entire Marvel universe.
Okay, well, Hayao Miyazaki is the Stan Lee to the Studio Ghibli films.
Oh, okay.
He created Studio Ghibli. He wrote and directed 99% of all the films, and he's the mastermind behind all those works of art. And so all those amazing films, Kiki's Delivery Service, Castle in the Sky, Nausicaa, Spirit of the Wind, Princess Mononoke, Howl's Moving Castle. I mean, I can go on and on. The Wind Rises. It's like those were all his masterpieces. And he turned 82. It's his birthday.
Well, happy belated birthday to him. And Samir, you did not have to jump down my throat. Okay.
I'm just so surprised you didn't know I assumed you did.
I didn't watch any Studio Ghibli movies besides Howl's Moving Castle and Spirited Away.
I just don't know how.
Oh my God. Stop it. Okay. All right.
Okay, so first story.
Okay, you want to go or you want me to go? Because you just kind of.
All right, I'll go.
Okay.
So, the animated Nimona movie is back on track and being produced. It's revived by Netflix. It was dropped by Disney and now it's being revived by Netflix. And it should be released sometime this year. Surprisingly enough, I thought this movie was scrapped and shelved, but no, it's not.
Hey, Samir, tell a few people what Nimona is.
Okay, so Nimona the cast will include such actors as Chloe Grace Moretz as the lead actor, Riz Ahmed, and Eugene Lee Young. And the plot is pretty simple. Essentially, it's about a shape-shifting young woman who, with the help of a cyborg knight, they topple a tyrannical government.
Okay, you said that's coming to Netflix.
Yes. I don't know. Let me see if there's an exact date. Hang on. To be determined, it looks like. Okay. It will premiere sometime in 2023.
Okay. So y'all heard that, right? So be on the lookout for that. Since we're also talking about
housekeeping, Jeremy Renner. We forgot about to talk about that.
Well, that was. I think that would have been a little bit lengthy because we got a lot of details with that. So yeah, that can actually be in my next story. So, Jeremy Renner was actually in an accident within the past week or so. It was a snowplowing accident. He was helping a family member shovel some snow, and they were on a snowplow, and he got ran over. I mean, the subreddit for the Bodega Boys went a little nuts because there was an episode of Jesus Mero when it made fun of his singing. I might post the clip right here, but I'm glad he's all right. Please be careful out there if you're shoveling snow. And I don't know how this could have been avoided because all we know is he got run over. I think he broke a leg.
Yeah, he got pretty roughed up.
Yeah, he's got a few contusions. He had to get surgery, but I am glad he's all right because we need Hawkman to be in the MCU. And I don't want to say shit about recast. Shut the fuck up.
We got Hawkeye.
Clint Barton Hawkeye.
But Kate Bishop is just as good.
Is she?
Yes.
I didn't see Kate Bishop take down no scroll ship and kill herself to save her friends.
I recall her in a scroll conflict or two, actually. In
Really?
fact, during the conflict, when Teddy's origin first came out, she squared up with some scrolls. Indeed. Okay, so next story. The She-Hulk writer, Dan Slott, one of the writers.
Our boy, Dan Slott. I met him twice. Samir met him once.
I don't know if he your boy, though.
Look, I stand Dan Slott, okay? When Dan Slott was getting all those death threats for what he did to Peter Parker in Amazing Spider-Man 600, basically killed him and had Doc Ock run his spider, I was I was clapping back at everybody who was going at him. Dan Slott is one of my favorite comic book writers. And Dan Slott solidified his spot as one of my top 10 writers when we met him at SuperCon. When he literally signed like a stack of comics about as high as this damn Power Ranger box when he had to go do a damn Q&A. You remember?
He's a nice guy. I'm not denying that. I just don't know if he's like your boy. Like y'all.
I said our boy. Dan Slott.
You're not invited to the cookout.
The white cookout?
Yeah, the one with the white potato salad. With the raisins. Okay. All right. But that sounds cool. All right. Yes. Okay, so She-Hulk writer Dan Slott says that the Disney Plus series is the most comic accurate show in the MCU in response to complaints about its comic
exactly. Accuracy. So hey, all you fucktards who don't read comics, guess what? Go read a goddamn She-Hulk comic. Because it pretty much breaks the fourth wall. And don't forget, She-Hulk was the first one to do it. Just because Deadpool came out, 7 years ago at this point.
7 years
She did it first.
Later.
No, the first movie came out. Yes.
Oh, yeah, the movie. Okay, they're about the comic.
Yeah, but no. And even then, when Deadpool first came out, guess what? He didn't start breaking the fourth wall until like 99, 2000 when Joe Kelly was writing the book.
Yeah.
I mean, good grief, I hate people. But so if you got a problem with that, we can fight. Don't go back and forth with the guy who basically put She-Hulk on the map in the 2000s.
I mean, I don't know if
in the 2000s, yes, because Dan Slott was writing She-Hulk pretty much from like when the hell was House of M? Not House of M. Was it House of M? Where Hawkeye came back? I know it was like the mid 2000s. Because remember, I started buying the book. So like right before Civil War. You all right? Cause you, okay. You weren't moving. I just see you scrolling. I'm like, did you just have a stroke?
I'm just mad we're not getting a second season.
You don't know if we're getting a second season or not.
The only thing I can criticize that show for was how they designed Scar.
I mean, obviously they are going to fix that.
They better fix it.
But yeah. So
also
watch She-Hulk on Disney Plus if you haven't already.
Hashtag deadbeat father.
Stop it. But watch She-Hulk Attorney at Law on Disney Plus. So movie news. I don't know if you saw this, but this looks a little bit funny to me. Renfield.
Yeah.
Nicholas Hoult and Nicholas Hoult and Nicolas Cage. Yes. So yeah, the trailer dropped for this a couple days ago, where Nicholas Hoult is playing a person named Renfield. So the synopsis of the film is that Nicolas Cage is playing Dracula. So the film stars Nicholas Hoult as the woebegone Renfield. The film will follow the familiar as he attempts to do his master's bidding, which includes finding victims for the vampire to suck dry. He might want to try to break up with Dracula, but clearly there's a lot of codependency happening here. I mean, we love the supernatural idiot doing bad things for blood. That looks great. And honestly, I'm pleased to see. I'm very pleased about the newest Prince of Darkness. So this actually comes out on April 14th in theaters, and it's directed by Chris Mackie, who directed The Tomorrow War, the Lego Movie.
Ooh.
And it's what? I said the Lego Movie.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, the Lego Batman movie.
Okay, that's good, because Tomorrow War sucked.
Hey, everybody can't knock them all out the park, okay? But yeah, and the screenplay is written by Ryan Ridley. He worked on Ghosted. He's also worked on Rick and Morty. The film also has Awkwafina in it, Ben Schwartz, and Adrian Martinez. So everyone knows who Awkwafina is from either A, Girl Code, B, Awkwafina is North from Queens, C, Ryan the Last Dragon, or D, Shang-Chi, or E, Crazy Rich Asians, because I forgot that one for a second. And
Ocean's 8.
No one saw that movie.
I saw the movie. The Neighbors, too.
It's just Neighbors. It's just Neighbors, not The Neighbors. That's a different movie.
She was in
the sorority.
Yeah.
And Ben Schwartz, who everyone knows from Apple TV series The After Party, Showtime's House of Lies, or Sonic the Hedgehog. And apparently
Juice Time.
What?
Juice Time.
Oh. And Adrian Martinez was in The Secret Life of Walter Mitty and Focus, which no one saw.
No one saw Walter Mitty either.
I liked it.
It wasn't that good.
Once again, you're going off of critics, so yeah. But yeah.
And gross. All right, that movie didn't make no money.
I don't know about that. Did it? Did it not? But yeah, it don't matter. What you got?
Okay, so speaking of knocking it out of the park repeatedly over the course of a career, James Cameron
for fuck's sake,
is now the only director in history to have 3 films pass $1 billion. I didn't know that was that rare.
I mean, the Russos have 2.
Yeah, but not 3.
I know.
It's crazy. Also, with that being said, the film has also topped the highest grossing film of 2022. It beat out Top Gun for the number 1 slot of this year. It is also into the black. It is now profiting, and it will continue to profit for the next foreseeable weeks. I don't know how long it's going to be in the theaters, but as long as it's performing, it'll stay in the theaters. That's usually how it works. They don't remove movies until they stop. Until they stop.
Now it's about 3-4 months.
Yeah, I know, and it's probably going to start tapering off, but they don't remove movies until they start not profiting. If it starts tapering off and it starts doing lesser numbers, then they'll plan to pull it out. They'll pull it and fill the screen. If it's profiting, they'll extend it.
No, they won't.
They will extend it. They'll extend the movie
like Top Gun made $1 billion. They pulled it after 4 months, right?
Yeah, but it was probably tapering off though.
It wasn't tapering. It was still being seen. And then they put it on streaming to purchase or rent. And it started making more money. Then they released it like the week before Christmas. I'm like, why? But yeah.
Anyways, in addition to that, now they can greenlight the sequels, which they pretty much already did, but they officially greenlit the sequels. James Cameron actually went on an interview and revealed what his ideas were for the next chapter of the Avatar franchise. And his next idea is they're going to focus on fire Na'vi, which sound so cool. So you have the Omatakai, who are forest dwellers. You have the Mitkaina, who are water dwellers, who look significantly different than the Omatakai. They have, enhanced forearms. They're muscular and almost webbed, and they have flipper-like tails. Looks so cool. So I really want to see what these fire Na'vi look like. Oh my god, I'm excited. I can't wait. So cool.
So when are we going to say he's just basically ripping off all the rings from Captain Planet?
Well, sir, the concept of the elements is not new, and you're saying that he's ripping it off.
Hey,
have you seen art? Because if that's what if your only connection is Captain Planet and Planeteers, you ain't watched nothing or read nothing.
Nah, man, I got Mystic Knights of Tyr in the Node.
Wow.
Oh, that was a deep cut. Remember Mystic Knights of Tyr in the Node?
Yeah, we talked about it like a couple weeks ago.
Did we?
Yeah, we did.
No, we didn't. We did not on the podcast.
No, not on the podcast. On
No, we talked about Spellbinder because you didn't know what the hell Spellbinder was.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Spellbinder just deep cut from the Disney Channel in the '90s, guys. It got canceled after 1 season. I guess it was too expensive.
Just like Pirates of Dark Water.
What the hell is that?
You serious?
Don't do that because you didn't know Spellbinder.
Pirates of Dark Water, but that was fire though. Everyone knew what Pirates of Dark Water was.
You gonna tell me?
It's an animated series from the '90s. It had 1 season. It was wildly popular. The toys did not sell well, and that's what tanked it.
So like Ronin Warriors.
Well, I think they're Ronin Warriors still.
1 season, I had all the toys, and I was the only one who had them.
I knew what it still was. I didn't have the toys.
Yeah.
Those toys must be expensive now.
They might be. Don't look it up. We don't need that. He's gonna do it anyway. All right. Speaking of toys, it's actually came across my news feed when we were on break, and I wanted to get your opinion on it. So there was a story about adults. You heard that?
Go on.
So yeah, there was a story about adults buying toys for themselves. And now we've been labeled as kidults.
Okay, first off, boomers, y'all can kiss my ass. Secondly, kidults, how about I got a hobby and I'm willing to indulge in that hobby after I work hard every week. How about that? Kidults.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna post I'm actually gonna post it right here. So yeah. I was just like, as a matter of fact, I'll put the hold on one second. I could have sworn I already had this downloaded, but I guess I didn't. But yeah, I'm gonna download it real quick and I'm gonna put the audio in right now.
Because I don't know, man. Got me effed up.
Look, man, I just saw this. I'm like, really? Y'all really couldn't think of nothing else?
I don't know. The name is whatever. I don't like how they came at us. All right, kidults. I'm a grown ass man. All right, I just choose to buy action figures and figurines. Okay.
They're like, nah, man. You are an adult.
Oh, so what am I supposed to spend my money on? Mortgages? You effed up the housing market.
All right, you ready? Here it is. Oh, I gotta hit live. Here we go.
Toys of Christmas past are now revisiting many in their adulthood. From adult Happy Meals.
Here are the fries.
That was a thing.
And
those toys are going for like 10 stacks.
To Barbie, who's starring in a new movie coming out next
I
summer.
want to see that. Shut up.
Nostalgia is a driving force for a growing consumer group called the kidults. CNBC reports that data from market research company NPD Group show adults who are young at heart spend about $9 billion annually.
Having adult money and being able to shop toys.
Jenny New got into Legos about 6 years ago when the Disney fan laid eyes on a special Disney castle set.
They're really good at catering to adults. I think basically they're aiming for the nostalgic thing.
Now as a new mom, it's how she decompresses.
I find building Legos to be like my alone time, and then also practice my patience.
The sets come in collectible series like the annual Lunar New Year Legos, or investment pieces like the Millennium Falcon, each paired with thick manuals best deciphered by grown-up eyes.
That Millennium Falcon's expensive.
For the past 2+ years, adults really started to gravitate towards toys and games, not just to spend more time with their families, which they were doing at home, but also for themselves to de-stress.
Aaron Muterick is a former software engineer turned connoisseur of putty. He says grown-ups are stuck on reliving simpler times from their childhood.
I think there is some level of nostalgia. Putty was introduced in the late 1950s to children. We've seen it time and again where adults maybe think it is for children, but then once they touch the putty that their children have, they want one for themselves.
He created a colorful and non-messy putty that can help some people dealing with anxiety.
The first 10 years, I targeted specifically adults that work in offices, people that sit at desks, for stress relief, for fidgets and anxiety.
Over the past year, the kidult group represented 60% of the dollar growth in the toy industry, despite accounting for only a quarter in sales. And toy manufacturers like Lego, Hasbro, and Mattel are tapping into nostalgia by creating products tied into movies like Star Wars and Marvel, and classics like Hot Wheels. A whole new market for a group of adults embracing playtime again.
I just feels like I've accomplished something. It's like art.
Oh, Joe, we love this. We love this concept.
Man, it's so patronizing.
Categories, like top
piece
categories
of garbage
for these kidults.
Let it finish.
You'd expect maybe stuff you wouldn't expect. So you have top of the list, you have board games.
Yeah.
Well, of course, we all know we play board games with our kids or as adults with our parents. So that's not surprising. But then you get into like fan or collectible items. And that is when you're talking about Star Wars type things, or maybe anything from the superhero movies, or maybe things that just you buy that is a toy from your childhood that reminds you of your childhood. It makes you feel good. And then, of course, you also have puzzles. To me, that's sort of the same category as like Legos, the things that help you relax, make you feel
That's
more
cool.
mindful. So.
What would be your go-to?
I love a light bright. That's always been mine since I'm a kid. But I just feel like grown-ups don't play because we're so busy and you can't. And let's wrap it up. But there is something about sitting on the ground and like really, really playing. That's
when I buy
You need
things
a light
for my
bright
kids.
For
You
Christmas.
should.
A light
bright, making things with.
Do the girls have the girls play with the light bright yet?
Not yet. I didn't get it for them. I mean, Santa didn't.
Right. So then you live. You can live through this.
Yeah.
They play with it.
We'll ask Santa.
Thank you, Joe.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't miss the Today Show.
I'm sorry. That was patronizing, inaccurate, and wrong. Okay? I mean, what are we supposed to spend our money on? Huh? What's the adult thing to do? Exactly. Kiddos. That's stupid. No, I'm sorry. Not buying those things don't make you an adult. So buying those things shouldn't make you a kid. I'm sorry. This is not how it works.
All right. So I am going to give my breakdown on this story and the reason why I buy it. The things I buy. Hence the reason I just went and got a $250 Spider-Man.
You bought it because you know what? The only thing you got to do is stay black and die. All right. What you want to do is buy the goddamn action figure. Okay.
That looks.
Don't
just
let
like
nobody.
Tom Holland.
Don't let nobody tell you otherwise, kiddo. Man, F out of here. I'm so mad about that shit. I'm upset.
So, all right. When I moved to Fort Lauderdale at 10 years old, it was me, my dad, my stepbrother, my stepsister. Shout out to Derek and Fifi. Then eventually, my two younger brothers came along. If you want a little bit more backstory on that, you can go listen to the Three Shades podcast.
I'm gonna go grab something too. I'm mad. Go ahead, keep going.
Yeah, or listen to episode 50 of our podcast, which is aptly titled Origin Story. So over time, my dad and my stepmom split up. She went back to South Carolina, and it was just me, my dad, my two brothers. Childhood was all right, but things kind of also went to shit because they would always break my shit. And so as soon as I started getting money, I started buying all the things I wanted. Even when I was still a kid, like that's the reason why I started buying like the ultimate. You got a glare. You got a bad glare. That's why you need a light like by your computer.
You know what? Yours is glaring too. Shut the heck up.
Well, I got a light here, and I got a light here, and a light on the camera.
You just got to
three focus points of light.
See that? You can see it now.
Yes. So I decided, like, I'm gonna buy everything I wanted as a kid, and guess what? My fucking brothers can't break my shit anymore. So the only person who can break my shit is me. Like, this Spider-Man has come out the box. I've actually played with it.
Blasphemy.
Samir, I paid $250 for this. I'm fucking taking it out the box.
This cost me $350, and it's still in the box.
Samir, that's a statue.
Don't matter.
This is an action figure. These are action figures.
I got action figures that are just expensive. Okay.
Oh no! Keep in mind, I'm not taking every single action figure out the box. Perfect example. I got two of these because FedEx fucked up.
Nice.
This is not the same set that Jason David Ring signed.
Hey, if you want to give a boy a birthday gift that's around the corner,
I'm not giving you that Mass Effect helmet.
You know what? You're foul. You're foul. All right.
So the backstory on that, guys, is
flaw ass nigga. All right, that's what you are. That's the backstory.
So I'm a fan.
No, you flaw. All right, you flaw ass nigga. All right.
Acronym FAN.
FAN. No, FLAW. All right.
But so yeah, I work in pest control. I did pest control at a customer's house.
Dale Gribble mother.
No, because they'll just walk around with an empty container just going. But so yeah, I was doing pest control at a customer's house, and he had the Mass Effect helmet. He only wanted the game. He was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna throw that away."
He bought the limited edition. What's wrong with him?
Yeah, so he was like, "Yeah, I just wanted the game. I'm gonna throw it away." I was like, "Really?" He was like, "Yeah, it's taking up too much space."
Boo
like,
both these men. Boo this man.
He said, "You weren't." I'm like, "Yeah."
Boo that man.
Because by this time, I started collecting helmets. So I have about maybe roughly 18, 19 helmets at this point. I have 3 White Ranger helmets, 2 Pink Ranger helmets, a Lord Zed helmet, a Draken helmet.
A Lord Zed head.
Yes, it's a head, but you obviously wear, so it's considered a helmet. 2 Blue Ranger helmets, an Iron Man helmet, a War Machine helmet, a Star-Lord helmet, Poe Dameron. Oh, shout out to Jamel for giving me that War Machine. The Mass Effect N7 helmet, Ant-Man, Black Panther. I feel like I'm missing somebody, but I can't remember.
Anyway,
the point is we buy this stuff because it makes us feel good. The housing market, like Samir said, the housing market is so shot to shit. We are never going to be able to buy a house. We are going to be renting until we fucking die, unless our parents will us houses. And guess what? My dad willed me a house, and I had to sell it because the will was so outdated. I had to split the house with my brother's mom, and I was like, no, fuck that. So yeah, we buy what we want. So for everyone who shames adults for buying stuff, fuck you, eat a dick, and that's why you only spend your money on alcohol and cigarettes.
Yeah, and redecorating your damn kitchen, because that's fun. Ooh, you know.
I mean, depending on what you do with the kitchen. I don't
consider decorating just as much as the next guy, but that don't mistake that for a personality, okay? All right.
Agree. You don't gotta shame people for remodeling the house.
No, I'm gonna shame them because I felt attacked by that goddamn expose fluff piece.
It wasn't an expose. It was a
extra.
It was the Today Show. It wasn't extra.
Man, today these nuts. All right, how about this?
Hey, did I tell you the time I saw Mario Lopez at Universal?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they were just doing like the stuff outside when I went up there one weekend. I yelled, Mario! He just turned around and just... I'm pretty sure they had to retake that. So
wow. Okay, so after Bernard's cringy starstruck spasm, I don't know what you can call that. Let's move on to the next story. So Hideki Itsuno, who is one of the creators for who's one of the developers on the Dragon's Dogma 2 game. And basically he just made a post stating that the progression is going well and it is becoming an interesting game.
Okay.
Yeah, this was posted via Twitter. When was this? Couple about almost a week ago. Yeah. So the game's shaping up.
Okay.
Yeah. Cannot wait for the next Dragon's Dogma because I kind of missed the first one. I didn't really play it when it was hot, and it's too old to play now. It's not no point in saying it. So playing it. So I might as well wait for the next one. We have not seen any footage, gameplay, what have you, of this game. No screenshots. So I'm curious to see what they come up with.
And what game was this again? Oh,
Dragon's Dogma.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm drinking vodka and pineapple juice. It's kind of snuck up on me for a second there. All right. So something Samir gives 2 shits about. I've talked about this multiple times. Michael Rosenbaum, he has a podcast. It's called Inside of You, where, he interviews friends and, people in the industry. And Stephen Amell was on this past week, and he was talking about his show on Stars that's called Heels. And he was talking about, the uncertainty of it because apparently, I knew this, but I forgot it. Lionsgate owns Stars.
Yeah.
And I guess Lionsgate is trying to sell Stars. So like a lot of stuff that was already shot isn't being aired at the moment. Like they wrapped up production on season 2 of Heels back in July. So this should have already been out. So he was like, he doesn't know this the future of it, but he said he hopes that season 2 comes out very soon. And keep in mind, this interview just came out last week, but the way they were talking, I do believe this was shot this interview was recorded maybe like back in October, because they were also mentioning stuff like his anniversary is on Christmas. And I'm like, Christmas already passed. So I'm putting 2 and 2 together, and he's talking about what?
What?
You just grabbed your box like something happened. You sound like you went take it.
Nothing happened.
Oh. So he's talking about, the Arrowverse and everything like that. And Michael Rosenbaum asked him, will he come back? And he said it depends on the script.
Yeah. So you just have to accept that. If I had a problem with that, maybe I shouldn't have fucking stopped the show.
True.
You know?
Speaking of which, if we've talked about this briefly, but like in a different scenario, if someone called you from the Arrowverse, which they call it now, of course, I've always called it, but if someone called you and said, hey, we want you to do a guest star, come back as the Arrow for one of these shows, just an episode or two.
Sure.
Be honest. Would you be like, that's not what I want to do? Or would you consider it?
Oh, it would all depend.
The storyline?
The storyline.
The money?
Less so the money, because you're not
the star anymore of the show.
Well, but also this is a one-off, right? It would be you're going back for an episode or 2 episodes. You're not going back to recreate the show.
Right.
So, the money, everyone's going to haggle, but you're not going to get an extra $4 million out of them. You might get
your quote or half your quote or something.
Sure. But it would more come down to, I like going online and I like seeing reaction videos, right? When fans see something in a television show that they like. So I would think to myself, as a fan of whatever show, how pumped would I be if so-and-so character just appeared? So from that angle, I'd probably be like, yeah, let's do it. But again, depends on the show. It really, like, I know that this sounds like, keep in mind that I'm honest, because I said earlier that I got into acting originally to be famous. So believe me when I say that this really would come down to the storyline.
Sure. But I think that if anyone's listening, like, what's his name? Creator of Arrow.
Greg Berlanti?
Greg Berlanti. Why did I forget his name? He put his name in TV. If he was listening, or other producers were listening, and they go, "Oh, it's not about the money. We can get him for a price. Let's just get this fucking story." I think you just messed up, Steven.
No, I didn't.
No. You'd be compensated.
I know how it. I know how it works. I know how it works because I've been on the other side of helping someone with this negotiation, so I know precisely how it goes.
All right.
There would never be a conversation about money. It would be a conversation about story.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this was just serendipity or just perfect timing, but later on that week, they announced that Stephen Amell will indeed be returning for season 9 of The Flash. And Samir was like, okay, how the hell is Oliver coming back? Because
he did.
He did. Yes. So there's no they're not spoiling anything, so we don't know what's going to happen. Me and Samir were having this conversation. I was like, the only way this can happen is if Barry is on the verge of death, and then obviously he sees the ghost of Oliver, because Oliver is the Spectre. So, we hopefully will be.
I forgot they made him the Spectre.
Yes. I mean, hell, Hal Jordan was the Spectre in the comics, so don't forget that.
I know that.
And Crispin Freeman. Crispus. Is it Crispus or Crispin?
Crispus.
Yeah, Crispus. So, yeah, I mean, Ollie's coming back, baby! But yeah, so I can't wait. Season 9 of The Flash will be debuting February 8th, and I believe it will have 13 episodes. Kenan Lonsdale will also be coming back, so Wally West will be coming back. Shout out to my boy Willie. He was asking if Cisco's coming back. That's a rumor, not confirmed. So, I mean, Carlos Valdez, I think he deactivated his Instagram and Twitter, so he's been off the grid for a while.
Yikes.
So, yeah. Oh, and we also got our first look at Raven's white suit for season 4, part 2 of Titans when that comes back.
Whack.
How is it whack?
Titans.
Oh, so you said Jinx looked good, brother.
I said the actress looked good. I don't know about the whole makeup.
Stop the cap.
There's just no pleasing with Samir.
I can be pleased very easily. I'm pleased very often. I'm pleased with the workmanship of this figure. Okay, very pleased on that. I am pleased with the. Actually, no. It's something I'm actually tentatively excited about. So next story. All right, they have preliminary reviews for season 1. I'm sorry, for episode 1 of the Mayfield Witches on AMC Plus. AMC and AMC Plus.
Yes, you can just say AMC.
So far, it's kind of mid. It's the average, mediocre. And I'm like, okay, well, you know what?
So let me get this right.
Yeah.
You got on my fucking back about this goddamn show.
Uh-huh.
Then you come on this motherfucking podcast.
I'm still watching
tell me the reviews are mid. I already done set my DVR to record this shit.
We still watching it. We still watching it. It might still be fire.
Okay, I'm gonna watch the first episode. But see, unlike Samir, I'm going to give it a shot because I ain't looking at the
You don't get nothing a shot. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? What didn't I give a shot?
Willow.
I didn't watch the movie.
Okay, and I haven't watched the movie in years.
Okay, but you've seen the movie before once in your life, right?
A million years ago.
I've never seen Willow.
You could watch Willow.
It probably looks dated as shit.
Give it a chance, Bernard. Give it a shot. Give it a shot.
Samir, I only say that for new shit. I haven't tried to get you to watch new old stuff, but give it a shot. The only thing I've ever tried to get you to watch that's quote unquote old is Young Justice. But even then, I've been straining and struggling to get you to watch that for over a damn decade.
Man, you straining and struggling to take a dump. Constipated bastard.
Nah, that's how you get hemorrhoids. That might be the name of the episode, because I was going to say I get pleased very often.
That one might be good.
What, constipated bastard?
No, I get pleased very often.
Oh, well, I'll put a slash. We'll discuss it later. But, yeah, I mean, I'm still going to watch it. Watch the first episode because we got to review that this coming weekend. We also got to review Megan.
Yes, I'm excited about that.
Yeah, I'll probably see if I can get Jared to hop on because he actually went to go see it Friday night. He took the kids and he said Blumhouse knocked it out the park. So, yeah, there's that. All right. So, M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah. What about him?
I mean, what's our relationship with M. Night Shyamalan? Is it love, hate?
I mean,
is it hate? Is it eh?
I honestly would have zero to no problem with that man if he just came out and apologized for Last Airbender.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Just apologize for it. Just say, yo, I didn't know what I was doing. I know what I had. I'm sorry about the cast. Oops.
Okay. On that note, another movie was almost linked to Unbreakable Split and Glass.
Which one?
Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Ow.
Nah, I'm just kidding, man. It was actually supposed to be The Visit.
The Visit? How again?
I don't know. He said he was considering looping it in. But yeah, I guess he was talking to the Hollywood Reporter. So The Visit was going to be about, he said it was in Glass when they all got to the mental institution. I was going to tell a story about The Visit and how two people escaped from the same hospital, but then he chickened out. So yeah, I mean, I saw that. I was like, bro.
Yeah.
Now you're reaching because I mean, if you just left Unbreakable and Split there, that would have been good. But then, I mean, Glass was good up until the end when he did the fucking plot twist. When is he going to learn? Stop doing plot twists. M. Night Shyamalan, do yourself a favor. Stop doing goddamn plot twists.
What's a twist?
Okay, this ain't Robot Chicken. But yeah, I mean, and I mean, I don't even know what the hell The Visit's about.
Oh, that's actually pretty good.
Because according to this, it bombed. So I guess it was fresh. But yeah, he needs to stop doing twists. And stop, I mean, just quit while you're ahead, man. I'm just like, come on, man. But yeah, what do you got? Because, I mean, he's actually good with TV. Because everyone loved Wayward Pines on Fox with Matt Dillon and Terrence Howard.
Okay. All right. So the meteoric rise of the Addams Family character Wednesday over the decades is culminated in the series Wednesday by Netflix, which has just recently been renewed for a second season.
Created by the creators of Smallville, motherfuckers. And Shanghai Noon. And Into the Badlands. And the writers of Spider-Man 2.
So, yeah. It's getting to season 2. Nothing's concrete yet in terms of pricing and packaging.
You mean as far as budget? You could have just said budget. So, I don't know what to expect from season 2. I just hope that it's good because, sometimes shows hit that sophomore slump.
Yeah.
It just sucks that we're probably going to have to wait maybe till late 2024, maybe early 2025 because Gina Ortega is booked and busy.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, and she's got Scream 6 coming out, which they dropped the trailer for, so I can't wait to see that. Did you go ahead and watch Scream 5 yet? Because I told you about it and you didn't watch it.
I sleepy.
So really, you sleepy? All right, so what I'll do is we'll do one more story, but then we can call it a wrap because you literally...
Yeah, no, I'm drooping. It's late. It's late, y'all. Okay, let's knock out a couple more stories and then we'll call it.
Okay, so what'd you think about the new Evil Dead Rise trailer? Or did
I haven't watched it yet. I'm going in blind.
Okay, you want to go in blind? Okay. But yeah, so he actually dropped that. Bruce Campbell actually dropped the trailer for that on January 3rd on his Twitter. I cannot wait to see it. I forgot the release date, but there's also another movie. This is all basically a horror movie, so this usually isn't my thing, but I saw this and I was just like, okay, some of these look good. So like I said, Evil Dead Rise is one. There's also a movie called Korra. So this is done by Sony Laguna and Tommy Wickland. They did Puppet Master. So basically a blanket of deadly mist, a deadly mist blankets the earth. And basically you just have to live in mass, like kind of on some Avatar shit to breathe. Wolfkin is another one that's coming out with a single mother that fears her violent son could be a werewolf. And that was pretty much it.
That sounds pretty interesting, actually. I want to see how that goes.
Yeah. So, and Quantum Leap came back. So, guys, watch Quantum Leap on NBC. It's a pretty good show.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah. So, what you got?
All right. Okay, so this was reported by IGN, but HBO has no plans to write story adaptations for anything beyond or before the virus outbreak in The Last of Us TV show.
Thank God. I mean, yeah, so I mean, you can pretty much milk season 1 for 2 seasons. And I know Neil Druckerman's working on the show, so... And I do believe he's working on the script for the 3rd game as well. So maybe this can go 6 seasons if they do 2 seasons per game. Maybe 7 if they milk the hell out of season 2.
Yeah, probably.
And then you can also like have like a filler episode with like Left Behind. Thank you. But yeah. That drops next week. I'm still not sure how I feel about it. Because, like I said, Pedro Pascal is Joel.
It's not that big a deal anymore.
Yeah, it still is. Because, bro, stop it. Joel is white.
Yeah.
I might even do that hashtag, but then again, I'm not. I don't feel like giving off the incel vibes. But yeah, so Last of Us drops January 15th, which is next Sunday. So I think, guys, we are going to call it a wrap. We're just under an hour for this episode, and not really much to do in post-production.
Yeah.
Samir is getting a visit from the Sandman, and I don't think he's got the technology to capture him for 8 years. So yeah, we're going to call it a wrap, guys. This is Bernard, aka the Scarlet Spider.
Samir, the King in Black.
And
Emperor Slumbers.
And that was our first episode back for the new year. And we
Angry
Blerds. Really? We're the Angry Blerds podcast, goddammit. Say your part.
Oh, yeah. Well, the nerds are black and the nerds are angry.
Join us next week, same Blerd channel, same Blerd network. Good grief. So, yeah, guys.
I sleepy.
So next week, we will be reviewing the first episode of the Mayfield Witches along with Megan. Like I said, I'm going to try to get my boy Jared on here to review Megan, and I'll reach out and see if anyone else saw it. You know, Chris, Arsenio, maybe Loco. I don't know. But yeah, guys, be sure to rate, review, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. We will catch you on the flip side. Samir, tell the people goodbye. Don't shame kidults. And yeah, the more we get.
No, don't call them that. All right. I don't like that term. It's offensive.
Okay. Don't shame adults who buy.
Don't shame grown ass people who decide to spend their hard-earned cash on things that bring them joy.
Thank you, because I couldn't think of a way to say that very, PC or whatever.
Kidults.
But yeah. So fuck boomers. Peace.